Z-Dub here, and welcome to my initial reaction pre-review of the Season of the Worthy update for Destiny 2. Now before we get started, make sure you don't miss out and drop a like on this video, hit that subscribe button and notification bell so you get notified of anything new I release. So here we are, day 1. Season of the Worthy has released. So I jumped on and made my way around to see what this season offers. Now granted, this is only a pre-review. It's not a full review. There's still a lot of content, I hope, coming. But so far in my first day, this is my reaction. So in the beginning, you're confronted with a couple standard quests. Nothing too out of the ordinary and nothing too significant. It moves really fast until you wind up having to do the Seraph Tower new public event. There's a lot of upgrades and gear to be had, I'm sure, but I really feel let down so far with this update. I know it's PvP focused, and I get that, but right now I don't feel the need to chase anything to power up to do anything. Nothing feels locked behind a power level wall, and that's a bad thing. Now the new event, it's a public event, and I think it's kind of lackluster in my opinion. And once again I'll preface and say, so far, there could be bosses that are being released in here, something to make this a little bit more dynamic. But as of now, in current state, this feels like a recycled combination of the Black Armory events and the Obelisk grind from last season. Now, I'm super disappointed that this wasn't even made to be a match-made event. This should be on the lines of the same level as something like the Sundial or the Menagerie, but it does not feel nearly as significant as those two events. Now, if this is the new big draw this season, the player base is going to dwindle fast. This does not feel large enough. This does not even feel as large as Escalation Protocol. Escalation Protocol was a public event, but it felt much bigger than this. Everything in that led up to a giant boss fight with mechanics and different drops that were on a weekly reset. Now once again, this is the first week, so we don't know what's going to happen with this, but for as of right now, this just feels like a standard public event. So I'm sure there has to be more to this expansion than this. But once again, I'm going to say I'm super disappointed. And the biggest disappointment factor of all is we haven't had a new raid in quite some time. And this expansion brings nothing endgame besides a PvP activity as well. I know there's a new difficulty for Nightfalls, but these are the same Nightfalls and strikes we've been churning over for years. So for this expansion in current state right now in week 1, I feel kind of let down. There's nothing that I'm driven to level for yet. I don't feel like there's any content locked behind any type of gear level that I need to get geared up to do. And I think a lot of players are going to feel the same way. We all want the satisfaction of getting geared up for something so we can actually go and do that activity and be successful at it. Well, I'm going to continue this grind out for a bit and do my best to dive into trials. I know this is only week 1, but I feel like this is a recycled content drop so far, and unfortunately I'm super disappointed. I mean, maybe we've been spoiled in the past with huge releases, but this expansion seems rather light to me so far to stay engaged for the amount of time that this is going to be here. All I personally would have needed to be happy would have been one raid just the size of Scourge of the Past. So let me know what you think. What's your opinion? Leave it in the comments. Am I being too harsh? Or are there similar feelings out there? So before you leave, drop a like, hit that subscribe button and bell so you don't miss out on any new content, and I'll see you next time.